Right, we've come along from Resolution Fort, along would have been the trench line, which was in Beaumont Park. This road now would have probably been on the trench line, the ditch that was outside the walls that went up in the early days of the Civil War in Plymouth. We're in Gaskin Street, which was over there. North Street ran straight up in the early days, not in the Civil War. North Street ran straight up. There was a gate here called the North Gate or Gascoigne Gate. It was another connection with the Civil War because to the left of it, Terror Fort was thrown up, another fort to protect the gate. So you had Resolution Fort, you had a spur somewhere in between, a small fort or a fortlet thrown up, all of earth in the early days of the Civil War. In 1642, there was a reference to cannons, small cannons being placed in a garden near Gascoigne Gate during the Civil War. It's just another connection that we're going to find more to. Went all the way around Plymouth during those early days of the war. There's nothing left of it now, it's all gone. I mean, you can't even guess where the trench stood, the trench was situated. But here with Gascoigne Street, there was another drawbridge, and there's references to the drawbridge and the ditch from the time of the Civil War.
But we're not far away from it, are we, Phil? We're pretty close.
Very close. In this area, around, I say, roughly where the Woodside pub is. I've got a map, I'll show you on the map how close we really are.
So that's the pub, isn't it?
Yes.
And we're only about 50 metres from that pub.
50 yards, yeah.
And then this road runs more or less along the edge of the ditch.
Along the edge of the ditch.
Right.
And it just shows you there on the map, Gaskin Street.
Phil, can we have it away from the sun,
I'm
please?
so sorry. We've come along this road and up here, which there was no road. So we've just come up this area and North Gate. There's Lipson Road, which comes down. So there's a good example of where the gate actually stood. And Terror Fort is off to the left of it. So
that's not on this map, is it?
No.
No.
It's further up on the map. But we are stood roughly here.
So we started off at Resolution
Fort.
Which is
to the right.
Can you put on the map for me, please, Phil?
Here.
There. And we've walked along Ebbington Street.
Yeah, there was a spur between here and I'd say in Beaumont Park, a small earthwork thrown up. And then we've come along here and North Gate stood roughly there. So the cannons that were mentioned in the accounts for 1642 were in this area in someone's garden.
Phenomenal, isn't it?
It is.
You wouldn't think. Just think of that today, somewhere here in someone's back of their house were cannons.
Never used.
Defending Plymouth.
Yeah, the town line.
How much more hidden history is there in Plymouth, though?
You wouldn't like to know. We're going to bypass Charles Fort because we talked about that last week, which is to the north of Charles Church. Charles Fort was another major earthwork gone up there with a ditch, which is mentioned in some records as well. So we're going on next to Old Town Gate.
Thank you, Phil.
You're welcome, Steve.